Welcome back to CrunchtimeChaos. The NBA Finals is tonight. The best time of the NBA season is finally here. I'm going to give you guys my prediction for Spurs versus the Knicks, but the road to get here between these two teams, starting with the Spurs versus Thunder series. I got to talk about this for 30, 40 minutes. I'm going to cut it short, and it just went straight from the jump. Game 1, instant, certified classic. Wemby, 41-22, including a logo 3. Got flashbacks to Steph Curry in 2016 with the Mike Breen double bang. Bang, bang. Like, I remember that. So many flashbacks to that. Caruso, 33. J-Dub had a great game. He had like over 20. Shea was solid as well. But the Spurs took that one, took care of business in double overtime fashion. That might be the greatest game 1 to any series I've seen in my whole time watching basketball, to be honest with you. That was just a great series. And this was the beginning of the Chet Holmgren downfall, because in game 2, the Thunder took care of business. They won in blowout fashion. And then game 3, Thunder won that one. And the Spurs, in a must-win situation, tied the series at 2 apiece. But throughout the series, when Wemby starts off strong, then they're on it. And especially that game 2 adjustment point, Isaiah Hartenstein on him. He didn't play much in game 1, be able to get physical, having like holding, grabbing, seeing it across social media. People were upset by that. And for y'all who are upset like that, who cares? It's physical basketball as fine. We don't want that soft behavior around here. It was a lot of physical, especially in that game. I think it was game 2 where Hartenstein grabs Stephon Castle's hair. That ain't cool. I used to have braids and stuff like that. If someone did that to me, I'll swing at a fool. But like the physical play. But when Wemby started the series off strong, each game strong, the Spurs are unbeatable, especially when in game 1, set the tone. He saw SGA get the MVP award in his face, sitting here angry, focused, domination. And each time he set the tone, the Spurs won the game. And then when they got to game 5 in OKC, he had 20 points, 4 of 15 shooting, 0 of 7 from 3, did not talk to the media. He got the NBA told him not to do that again. And guess what in game 5? Guess what happened in game 6? I knew they were going to win game 6. I knew it because they're not going to lose on their home floor. Started the game off strong, just cashing out jumpers, bank shots, fadeaways, did not matter. And then another big issue I had was Chet Holmgren. In game 6, ladies and gentlemen, there was a play where Devin Vassell, Chet had like, look, an easy dunk. Devin Vassell blocked it from behind and then just shoved it and ran right up to his face. Right up to his face. What are you going to do about that? That was just soft out Chet Holmgren, and he looked like he got the life just stolen out of him, like Wemby took his soul. And they just blew him out in blowout fashion, including a 20-0 run in that third quarter in game 6. Wemby showed out, but the real catalyst was in game 7. They jumped out to the 18-8 lead. In my opinion, honestly, I had the Thunder winning game 7 at home, reigning defending champions at home. Seems pretty simple, but no J-Dub, no AJ Mitchell, which were key injuries throughout the series. AJ Mitchell missed the last 3 games, and J-Dub, game 6, 10 minutes, 1 point. I'm a little worried about that hamstring injury in the future. Listen, we know what happened. James Harden in Brooklyn, he was an MVP candidate. People do not know that. If you do, good job for you. But he was the MVP candidate. And when he came back too early in that Bucks series, was never, ever the same player since. Now, he had 2 good years in Philly, double-doubles, 11, led league in assists. But it just wasn't the same James Harden, the scoring ability, the shiftiness. It's gone. It's like gone now. And now he's a little on the older side, but I'll get to him in a minute because he did get cooked. I'll get to him in a minute. But I'm a little worried about J-Dub's future. Now, he is young. Last year, All-Star, 3rd-team All-NBA, All-Defense as well. Sensational. Got the bag. He very much deserves so. I'm more worried about his future due to the hamstring injuries. But in that game 7, all the marbles on the line, and Chet Holmgren, you did absolutely nothing. You were pathetically bad. You did nothing. You had 4 points, 4 rebounds, only took 2 shot attempts when Shea Gilgeous-Alexander needed your help. He had 35, 4, and 9 on good efficiency. Did not go to the foul line much. I think he had over 10 attempts, but that's beside the point. You're an all-star. You can make $41 million next season. All defense. Second runner-up to DPOY, and first-team all defense as well. Now, there's rumors of him and Giannis swap. That will be fun. That will be dangerous. It'll be scary, but it'll be very fun. But in my opinion, hold on, Chet Holmgren. He should bounce back next season. He better bounce back. He needs to be so much better because he needs to get in the lab and improve, get some muscle, get some definition because right now, yeah, skinny as his pen. You are a twig. You need to get in the lab. But every time the Thunder kept making a run in that game seven, every time the Thunder kept making a run that game seven, the Spurs will be right there. And Julian Champagnie, a great game seven. And throughout the course of the series, made timely threes, had 20 points, including one game. He had 22, which is a postseason career high, way from Philly. And they just look horrible. Like, they just look bad. Because Jared McCain was great in that series, had a couple moments of his own. And Julian Champagnie, a couple great moments of his own. And Philly, you could have used both of them, especially in a series against the Knicks or in the series in general. They could have used them all season long. But that's why Daryl Morey's gone. So that's why Daryl Morey's gone. De'Aaron Fox, he got to be the De'Aaron Fox we know he should be. I know he's coming out with that ankle injury. We had some timely layups down the stretch. He had 15 and throughout the game as well. Slowed down the pace like a vet does. Still on the younger side. It's kind of weird calling a vet because I remember he got drafted. But they're able to calm the pace down, and that's what De'Aaron Fox does. But Stephon Castle, he was really just different. Guarding Shea, 94 feet, physical, very physical. People call him a pro bowler, which is hilarious. Love me some football. Shout out my Rams for Myles Garrett. But we call him a Pro Bowl, grabbing, hacking, the turnovers. You can't turn over the ball against Thunder. Yeah, in the first two games, he had like 22 turnovers. One game, he had a triple-double of turnovers. You can't do that, but it didn't matter. They still won the game. Now you can say injuries and all that stuff. You know, it's to a point. I do think if there's a healthy J-Dub, AJ Mitchell, I think they'll go to the finals. But we can't be using that excuse. Now, the Spurs they were missed the playoffs last season. They missed the playoffs, and now they're in the NBA finals for a chance to spark a new dynasty in the Wemby era. Now going to the Knicks. Sweep. We sweep them. Just sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. All started in that game one. Cavs up 93-71, up 22. I thought it was over. I was getting mad and stuff like that. But the Jalen Brunson, the Brunson burner, king of New York, just slowed down the pace, down the stretch, hitting timely buckets, just kept cooking James Harden. He's like barbecue chicken. It's like that Shan Sharp meme. Fried chicken, yams, catfish, collard greens, we got a baked oxtail. Just straight cooking them. Just straight cooking them in each and every single possession. And another issue I had was Kenny Atkinson. He didn't call a timeout and just started speaking a whole bunch of nonsense. I remember a couple years ago, Daryl Morey and the analytics, stuff like that. But this looks bad. You're talking about analytically 1, 2 out of 3. Analytically, you're home. Analytically, you've done nothing. What is analytically about that performance? I hate analytics. The stupidest thing on earth. You have done not a damn thing. It was absolutely nothing. Analytically, you are home. And the Cavs kept him around. I don't think they should have kept him around. I think he should have got fired, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Game 2. We're back in fourth game, but Josh Hart, it was all Hart from there. A postseason career high from him, 26, led the way. Game 3, Knicks blew him out. Game 4, Knicks put the pedal to the metal. A 20-0 run, just absolutely closed them out in Cleveland. All the Knicks legends are there. Clyde, Ewing, Starks, they're all there, all supporting. And Knicks fans travel to Cleveland. We travel to Cleveland every single chance. We go anywhere. Like, I saw a demographic today. 36% of the Spurs game 1 tickets are purchased by Knicks fans. So they're going to show up and show out in San Antonio. But yeah, the Cavs got swept. And big key pieces were Mikal Bridges. Ever since that game 3 against the Hawks, he was bad when he had that donut. But ever since then, he's been shooting lights out, being more comfortable, being that first-team all-defense player like he was in 22 with the Suns, playing great defense, lengthy defender, making his mid-range shots. Landry Shamet in that series, 11-12 shooting from 3, and he's taking the challenge defensively. You see how he got in Donovan Mitchell's face. The improvements defensively that he made across the years, great. Used to be known as a shooter, but he could do so much more now. He's a 3-and-D type of player. Jordan Clarkson as well. Still is okay defender, but he's putting on the effort. Pick up 94 feet, and that's what you want to see as a fully bought-in team. And Karl-Anthony Towns embracing the play-making role, averaging 6.5 assists, being that quintessential point center like a Jokic, finding back cuts, OG going back door, Brunson going back door, Hart going back door, Alvarado, Bridges going back door, and this goes on and on, just finding key backdoor cuts, putting the ball in his hands, making adjustments, and he made adjustments in that Cavs series as well, especially when James Harden's on the perimeter, made key adjustments as well, and that's what Mike Brown does. Now, listen, at moments where I don't know what Mike Brown was doing, I admit that, but he's doing a great job here in New York. Brunson was Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Well-deserved. Wemby was the Western Conference Finals MVP. And we have game one tonight, and here are my predictions. Mitchell Robinson is active and ready to go for game one. Very key. He had a broken pinky. Like, what are you doing? A broken pinky. It wasn't that game four winning. I saw clips of that. I thought it wasn't in game four. It wasn't at practice. So I don't know what you're doing, Big Country. That's his nickname, but I don't know what you're doing. But thankfully, you're available and active to play on. Plus, they need you on the glass and offensive rebounding. And especially, look at those 3 games they played in the regular season. Knicks won 2-1, especially one in the NBA Cup final where they had a great fourth quarter, scoring 35 points. And Mitchell Robinson was a monster on the glass. He was an absolute monster on the glass. 15 rebounds, especially had a great fourth quarter as well. We have a 9 offensive rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. He was sensational. The bench, Tyler Kolek, obviously not in the lineup anymore, but at that time, doing great things. Jordan Clarkson had 9 points in the fourth quarter. Brunson was doing his thing, 6. OG, 6.7 boards in that fourth quarter. Everybody was doing their thing in the fourth quarter. And a key for the Knicks in this series is rebounding. Gotta be able to box out Wemby. Gotta play physical. Karl-Anthony Towns can't get into foul trouble whatsoever. Otherwise, you have to lean in on Mohamed Diawara, Huck Porty, or Jeremy Sochan. Whoever wins, he gets a ring, apparently. Respect it. I respect that a lot. Major respect. But going back to highlighting those games in the regular season, one game the Knicks, like I think a couple of days or a week after the NBA Cup final, they had like a 22-point lead. They blew it, lost by 2 points. And then in the Garden, played a great job defensively against Wemby, and they blew them out in MSG. Now, obviously, both teams are different, but you do got to look at those in some certain extent, take some pieces from it, and don't take all of it from it, if that makes sense. You take some pieces from it. Now, the keys for the Spurs, Stephon Castle, has to play great defense. He's one of the more important players in this series. Obviously, can be a future all-defensive player for a very long time. How he defends Brunson dictates the Spurs' defense to offense in transition for them. Wemby, not worried. He's going to do his thing. But they were very excited, especially we saw Wemby crying in the Western Conference. People like Kevin Garnett, people like maybe too emotional, like emotional hangover and stuff like that. But I don't know. I could see a little bit of it, but the Knicks been off for 9 days. So you have like the rust and shooting factor. We saw a bit of that in game one of the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Cavs, but the Knicks were able to hold on to take that one. So I can see it going a bit of ways. Dylan Harper, future star in this league, had a great performance, especially that clutch 3 over Shea in the fourth quarter, just straight up nasty. Julian Champagne, got to make big-time shots, but the X factor for Spurs is Stephon Castle. De'Aaron Fox, these are your first finals. You're a vet on the team. You're still young, in my opinion. Let the world know why you should be here longer, because I'm not sure in the near future Dylan Harper could be in the starting 5, or De'Aaron Fox could transition to the 6-man role and be the Manu Ginobili type of player. Spurs are here for a very long time. The X factor for the Knicks is Mikal Bridges. If he's able to produce like he's been producing, the Knicks are very hard to beat. Currently on an 11-game playoff winning streak. Look at one of the best offenses in NBA playoff history. That's the way they have been absolutely balling. OG Anunoby, ain't worried about him. He did not play in that 2019 final trip, but I know he'll show up a stout defender. He'll throw multiple defenders at Wemby. Get Mikal Bridges due to his length. Karl-Anthony Towns been good defensively in this postseason, not fouling too much. He has to be able to continue that as well. Mitchell Robinson, the OG on him, the assortment of players. Wemby will probably start off on Josh Hart, because with Wemby, Josh Hart got to be able to make him pay, and Karl-Anthony Towns got to be able to shoot a 3-ball to bring him out the paint and get more room to operate for the Knicks. It's going to be a tough series. It's going to 6 games. The MSG watch parties are back. I really want to go to one again. Last time when it was fun, got interviewed by the New York Post. Shout out to them. It's going to be a tough series. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the time and this is the year. The New York Knicks are winning in 6 games in Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be electric. It's gonna be hype. New York Knicks are gonna win this series in 6 games, hosting the Aaron O'Brien Trophy for the first time in about 73 years. Last time they won was 1973. So this is the year. Jalen Brunson's Finals MVP. But I will say this: if the Spurs do lose, they're gonna be here many, many more times. The alien is here. He is the face of the league now. The marketing is and everything is towards him. He is the face now. And can a 6'2" guard defy the odds? all that Becky Hammond stuff saying he can't do, he's too small. Draymond Green doubling down on it. Prove them wrong. You know, there's players like Isaiah Thomas, Zeke with the Pistons. Prove everybody wrong. Small guard leading the championship team. Steph Curry did the same thing. Small guard leading the championship team. You have a lot of great small ball players. Allen Iverson, MVP, to game off the 2000 and 2001 Lakers that went on historic playoff run, one of the greatest playoff teams ever, NBA and also NBA teams ever as well. Playing a small guard, history, Brunson had a chance to be in that elite class and become the greatest Knick of all time. I got the Knicks winning the series in 6 games. But let me know who y'all got winning the finals, who y'all got for game 1. Also, I'll be streaming each game of the series, giving y'all my thoughts and recaps at the end of each game. But make sure like, comment, subscribe, share. Check my website down below. Check the link in the description down below. And embrace the chaos.